morning. Oh, boy, I see a big bouncer. I see a big bouncer. 360. 360. Oh, spin this costume, baby. Spin this costume. Oh. Oh, there's some music in the back here. There's some music. Spin the costume, baby. Spin. 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 Get down this morning. Get down this morning. All right. All right, one-on-one. Listen, back line. Which back line? I'm sure. Come on, one-on-one. All right, one-on-one. Y'all ready? Ladies and gentlemen, our backline drummers are pilots. They are flying for Western and WestJet and Bahamas Air. Ladies and gentlemen, show your love for one-on-one. One-on-one, y'all have a full frontline section. No cloth in the back here this morning. I see China. I see USA. Come on, one-on-one. Performance this morning. Come on, one-on-one. All right, teachers, what y'all have? You all some teachers, y'all have anything? Hold on. What is it? Ladies and gentlemen, one-on-one has brought the entire community, all the teachers, all the TikTok personalities, one-on-one, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty enough for one-on-one. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas has arrived. Please show your love. Come on, we can do better than that. And we also have Just Kids Academy, and they are coming up. They are the very next group on the boulevard. Ladies and gentlemen, show your love for Just Kids. Just Kids, they are giving us pure, hardcore music out here tonight. They're giving us the Thompson drums. Ladies and gentlemen, show them some love.
So, of course, just now we had a one-on-one preschool followed by Just Kids. One of the things that stood out for me, though, Vaughn, I saw banners, I saw free dancers, those drummers, musicians, parents, everyone supporting those groups.
There you go. The one-on-one and Just Kids. Just Kids, located off Prince Charles Drive. Small group, but enthusiastic, and everyone is costume.
Yes, that's right.
Everyone is costume. Red appears to be the dominant color on this parade thus far.
And that's a good thing to point out as well, you know, as the kids continue to push forward. We talked about memories that last a lifetime, and I think this is going to be one of those things that lasts for these kids.
Definitely, because it took the involvement of parents, teachers, and the students. So that's a good thing.
And, of course, we're going to take a quick break at this time. When we return, of course, more on the 2023 Junior Junkanoo Parade.
Did you know that there are over 30,000 Bahamians with diabetes and another 23,000 with prediabetes? Each year, this number is expected to increase. Many people who have diabetes are unaware. If you are having blurry vision, feeling thirsty, urinating frequently, or are unusually tired or losing weight despite a healthy diet, you may have diabetes. If you have a parent or sibling that has diabetes, you are also at an increased risk of developing diabetes. If you have noticed any of these symptoms, it is important to see your doctor, who will perform the necessary tests to confirm the diagnosis. Together, we can beat diabetes.
So, of course, welcome back. Third now in the lineup is 2x2, and, of course, they look ready to roll.
And this is a feeder from one-on-one. The same
Really?
people involved. Yeah, it's now 2x2. I tell you, they matriculated. They're a little older now. And I think some of these participants have a little bit of Junkanoo experience.
Yeah, Junkanoo experience. So, of course, again, we have pieces that we did with all of these groups right now. We want to show you a little bit about their preparation in a moment. But, of course, as we continue right here, Many persons are outside. And, you know, one thing we haven't talked about earlier were the judges. I saw Percy Francis.
Yeah,
Bola Francis out there. I saw some other popular Junkanoo faces out there as judges.
Yes, there you go. Let's get a little bit of the performance of 2x2 and their theme, cancer awareness.
Aww.
Let's go and listen to a bit of what they're performing.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the next division for the primary school, we have one-on-one primary, and we have Centerville Primary. But it looks like, okay, Centerville Primary, no reach. It's a movie? Hold on. Let me find out what the lady said. It's a movie! Centerville Primary. I feel like Centerville Primary up the upper edge here. There's big music coming. Oh boy, it's gonna be exciting. So we have one-on-one primary. Show you love one-on-one. Now y'all can let Centerville Primary outdo us. I can be with Centerville Primary tonight. Stay focused.
Now, of course, our Antoinette Smith continuing with those interviews on the ground. Antoinette, you have another one. Talk to us.
Well, Lloyd, you know we have a saying, you catch flights, not feelings. And my favorite part about the flights are the snacks. One-on-one came down the boulevard here. They had the little cart going. Yes. And I got a snack from my very own flight attendant. We saw a few groups go by, but this is a one-on-one fan with us. Tell us. Do you think they killed it?
If they killed it, look at us. Of course we did.
Now, I, for one, think the competition is stiff tonight. Do you think one-on-one has what it takes to take it in the preschool category?
I don't think. I know. Ain't nobody got it over us. We got this.
Now, tell me what it took to actually get you guys here to Bay, because I saw you doing a little 1-2 in the back.
Oh my God, the kids were more excited than us parents, so we had to match their energy actually. So it was crazy to get them here, but they enjoyed themselves more than we did, so we were just supporting them in what they love best.
And I know you guys had a chant. That chant was live coming down, babe. Come on, give me the chant before we go.
So it's one-on-one coming, one-on-one. They scared.
One-on-one coming. Lloyd, Vaughn, back to you guys.
Antoinette, seems like the excitement is continuing there on the ground. Up next, of course, in the lineup, we're advancing now to the primary group. And first up is Centerville Primary. Now, it seems like they have a large support in the audience here, but we also had a chance to visit their school and see what their preparation looked like.
Marjorie Lewis. I'm the principal of Centerville Primary School. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary of independence, and so our theme is the road to 50. Centerville Primary is in the heart of Masons and Saxons territory, and so all of the Saxons, the Valley Boys, the one family, Junkanoos, who are parents, staff members here, they jumped on it right away. And they said, yes, Mrs. Lewis, we can do it. And so we were the first one to put in our form, our application, and we were ready to go. There's a place for academics, there's a place for sports, but there's also a place for culture. And because this school is in such a historically motivated area as it relates to Junkanoo, I feel that the kids now feel that this is theirs. You know, many of these children would have rushed in the big Junkanoo on Boxing Day and New Year's with their parents. But now the parents get to watch them on the sidelines and they get to do their thing. And so our students are very excited to be a part of their own Junkanoo parade. When I went back to my committee and I told them, well, you know, they just want us to do a banner and some music and the children can wear jeans and t-shirts. My committee said, oh no, Mrs. Lewis, it's a show time. And so we are coming with full costumes, we're coming with full music, and we are ready. If there's any prize to be won, Centerville Primary is there to take it all.
Well, of course, as we just heard from Centerville Primary, it's showtime as the school is being supported here by students and other supporters down there as well. We're going to now take a look closer down to that performance that's now approaching Rawson Square. Now, before we go down there, of course, joining me here on the podium is Pastor Henry Higgins. He's the administrative cadet. He's worked with Junior Junkanoo for the past 31 years. Talk to us about how you got started.
Well, I got started back in 1992 when they opened the Junkanoo Expo. I came in as one of the supervisors there, but a part of our job then was to assist the schools with the Junior Junkanoo program. So I spent many years going into the school, teaching pasting, teaching dance, teaching drumming, teaching belling, and eventually it moved to the point where Mr. Francis, Percival Francis, retired. So I took over as the Junior Junkanoo coordinator for a number of years. And now that Mr. Elliot DeVoe is now the coordinator, but I'm still in there working in a different capacity in the ministry.
Now, one of the things that I admire about you as well, I know both you and your wife, your ministry is all about using dance and music to connect with God. Talk about how that's even been engaged with the students.
Well, we believe that the gifts that God has given to our young people is something that can push them to another level. Because my favorite scripture is, your gifts should make room for you and bring you before great men. And so that's what we encourage our young people. And so we've had the opportunity to take singers and dancers all the way to China and France and England, and that's given our children a lot of exposure. And now we see them sitting in big positions in Nassau, all over the world.
And of course, you know, this year, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture mentioned earlier that really we want to spend a lot more focus this year on enjoying and returning Junior Junkanoo. You've been participating for the past 31 years. We had a few groups pass so far. What have you seen so far?
Well, you know, one-on-one is a school that always comes very, very strong every year. They were beautiful. Their dances did with the music was very good. And then we had Just Kids who was it for their first time. And so what we see is one school is having really a lot of fun. The other school has come for the competition, but it's all in good, clean fun. And I believe that our children who are part of the will have fun tonight because I'm having fun.
Now, you know, a lot of Bahamians, probably like myself, are still wondering about those community groups. Tell us about their involvement and why the decision was made to introduce them.
Well, we established the community groups a number of years ago. The reason being is that because a number of schools don't come to the parade, so you have community groups who can come to the parade, and that gives the children the opportunity, who school may not come, to be a part of a community group. What you find this week is a lot of kids are trying to get in a group to rush if their school isn't coming. So some are borrowing drums. I lent out a couple of drums and cowbells today, so some of the kids could get to the parade.
And the supporters, again, we've seen loads of supporters out here tonight. Some connected to the kids, some just Bahamians wanted to come out and have fun.
The Junkanoo is the greatest show on earth. You won't find no place in the world what we do here. So Bahamians will come out in full support Junkanoo, the children especially. Because you know when you bring the children, Grammy, auntie, uncle, cousin, everybody coming. That's what we got here tonight.
Excellent, excellent. Even as I looked at the groups out, you know, I mentioned Devon earlier. I saw banners, I saw free dancers, I saw musicians and supporters in the parade. So talk to us a little bit about the judging component. What are those judges looking out for?
Now, tonight the judges are only judging in 3 categories. There is banner, music, and performance. So that's what the judges will be looking at tonight, banner, music. So we've taken some of the categories to make it more fun.
All right, and speaking about fun, we're going to go back down to the main Bay Street, taking a look at Centerville Primary.
Get it! Get it! Feel it! Get it! One more! Hey! Hey! I'm shaking! Hey! 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 Oh, get the flamingos! Let's go, Michaela! Let's go, Michaela!
Still passing on is Centerville Primary, and Pastor Higgins, one of the things I want to say, they look like winners, but you as an official, talk to us about some of those elements that you guys look for when it comes to qualifying to win.
Well, when you want to win a parade, we're looking for completion back to front of your costuming. And you see Centerville has given you that. I mean, from back to front, their costumes are depicting what the theme is, and they're complete. The girls are wearing their hats, they got on their shoulder pieces, they got their skirts, so are the drummers. And so what you find is this school is set in the middle of one family, Saxon,
I know, right?
And the Valley Boys.
Yes.
So the parents are all in these groups. So they don't have a choice than to be superb. And what you see, they haven't been for a long time. And to see them come back as strong as this, it did my heart glad. One of the things that was exciting to me as a dancer, to see the choreography. I remember introducing patterns and designs in the parade back in the 90s in the Saxon, and we see the children are doing it today. So for me, I'm overjoyed to see that legacy has been carried on.
Well, of course, talking about that joy, our Anthony Smith is on the ground. Anthony, I'm sorry, before we go to Antoine, of course, we have another group that's coming up, Marjorie Davis Institute. We had a chance to visit them. They talked a whole lot about preparations and their excitement building up to tonight.
When I first heard that Junior Junkanoo would commence this year, I was very excited. Really, I wanted an opportunity for the kids to showcase their talents. At Marjorie Davis, we believe that each child has special talent, strength, and skills, and I believe they can showcase that through the art, music, and drama. Just hearing that Junior Junkanoo would continue after coming out of a pandemic, I thought it would be a nice celebration, like outcoming for us to just revitalize the whole cultural aspect that's so dear of our hearts. Many could tell you I'm a Junkanoo at heart, and so the kids learn so much through the Junkanoo activities. We've been engaged in this for the past 2 Saturdays, and watching the kids work together through the different details with pasting and being guided by the dance and the free spirit movement of the drums. It evokes so much of our cultural expression, and we're able to tie it in to what we've been talking about for the past several years, being locked up in the pandemic, from them reading stories about the culture. And so now they get to see it and live it. And so I'm very excited, and I think the kids are excited to be engaged in something so special after being locked down for some time. Seeing that we have been going through so much for the past 2 years, we thought best that we would celebrate who we are, where we've been, and where we're going, And seeing that this is the 50th year of our independence, our theme is celebrating 50 years towards the future. So we're just about having fun and looking at our identity and celebrating what we love, what we do through this parade. We want to make that bold statement that Marjorie Davis Institute for Special Education is here. We want to be a part, and so you can look forward to seeing all the beautiful colors, the aquamarine, the gold, the black. Listen, when you see Marjorie hit Bay Street, you will know that we're ready to celebrate our 50 years.
Of course, that was a piece from Marjorie Davis Institute. Their theme this year, celebrating 50 years toward the future. And of course, before we go down to them, Pastor Higgins, again, you know, we've talked a lot about the location of these schools, the support that they get from these community groups. But of course, you've seen over the past 31 years, many of these youngsters matriculating into the senior parades.
Well, what you would find is most of them are now leading. They're not just matriculating. But you'd find that in many groups, the lead drummers, the lead bellies, they got their start in Junior Junkanoo.
Wow.
So that's amazing. That means that we have a great future.
Do you think back in 1988, the organizers could have predicted the strength and the value in Junior Junkanoo?
Well, you know, when Percy Willer Francis and Winston Guscapos, when they brought this to the forefront, I don't know if they saw where we are now. Gus has gone on, but Percy Willer is still here. And I'm so thankful for them for being the visionaries to bring this to the forefront.
So, of course, we're going to go down to the Rawson Square. Marjorie Davis Institute is in full effect.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Marjorie Davis Institute for Special Education presents the Cause Present and the Future, celebrating 50 years in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, show your love! Y'all can do better than that. Show your love. Some more love. I love it. Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, there seems to be a theme tonight. And the theme...
Well, of course, that's Marjorie Davis Institute just passing on by. And, of course, we're going to take a quick break at this time. We want to focus on these themes this year once we return. If you're just tuning in, again, this is the 2023 Junior Junkanoo Parade.
The Bahamas hosts this year's regular meeting of heads of government February 15th through 17th. Join the ZNS Network on Wednesday, February 15th for live coverage of the official opening ceremony of this important meeting of Caribbean leaders. It will all come live from the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort starting at 6:20 p.m. And it's all on the only network that matters, the ZNS Network.
Well, of course, as the Junior Junkanoo 2023 parade continues, we're going to go now to our Anthony Smith with another special interview from the ground.
All right, Lloyd, well, you know, we've seen two groups just pass with themes, Road to 50, and the crowd just went wild when they saw the energy that came down Rawson Square. And with us is one of the persons who went wild in the crowd. You know, in Junkanoo, they say, who you with? So tell us, who you with tonight?
Centerville Primary School won tonight.
Why are you with Centerville Primary? Why do you think they are going to take it?
Well, I work next to Centerville Primary in Premier Healthcare, and I usually hear the Junkanoo going on. So I only came because I heard them. So Centerville Primary School brought me out to Bay Street tonight.
Centerville Primary bought her out with the theme Road to 50. We have another one in the back here, Road to 50. Let's see if Centerville can hold true to their theme. Thank you.
All right, and so right now, of course, we're going now to a special piece we have from One-on-One Primary.
Who are we? Who are we? What they want? What they got? Ladies and gentlemen, please share your love for One-on-One. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your love for One-on-One Primary. All right. T.A. Thompson, welcome them to the Boulevard. They're the only junior school in their division. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome T.A. Thompson!
T.A. Thompson is the next group up. They're in the junior high division. We took a look at them prior to tonight. They say they're ready for the road.
Junior Junkanoo is it's like a good spirit. Like, we don't go there to have fun. It's like a battle. We competing against people. It's only fun for the audience.
This year is kind of a quick to-do. Next year, it's going to be an explosion.
Awesome.
Without a shadow of a doubt, we're going to go right after this parade, straight into next year's parade, because I heard next year's parade is going to be judged, and it's going to be the best winner, and then all the family islands come down, and then it's going to be one cohesive group. So for us, we are on the ball.
You know, music comes with a lot of, you know, discipline. And me, personally, music is my favorite hobby to do. So Junior Junkanoo really inspired me to do better in my music and my school.
And of course, right now, we're going now to our Vaughn Aubrey, who is excited to get down there on the Bay Street. He's now speaking with Minister of Education, the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin.
Thank you very much, Lord. But first, the T.A. Thompson Junior High School just marched by, and this is their principal, Mr. Ishmael Smith. What about your performance?
Hey, it's all about the sting. If you didn't feel the sting, you weren't watching. TAT all day.
There you go. That's your principal of T.A. Thompson Junior High School. How important is it to see that enthusiasm from a principal?
Well, you know, he's very hands-on. And I know all through the summer, when there were no children in school, he was on the campus overseeing the redevelopment and the infrastructural works. But you know, I was just T.A. Thompson, and I was just listening to those drums. Oh my God. And these are young boys. And that, oh my Lord, the rhythms, I don't even know the words to describe it. This is our culture. And to see these young men and the young ladies really digging deep and participating in a very meaningful way in the rhythm and vibrations of who we are is just fantastic. But I particularly like those drums.
And in fact, Minister, it was Mr. Ishmael Smith, the principal of T.A. Thompson, who spoke about how important Junkanoo is to the academic curriculum.
That's right. They even, in the design, in mathematics, in physics, in music, and on and on and on. And so, I don't know, I can't express it. You have to be here to feel it and see it. These are young people. They've been through so much in the pandemic. They've been isolated. They've been not in classrooms. And to see them come out on Bay Street and just as a collective body participating in music and rhythms in this way, it's a beautiful sight. Beautiful sight.
Thank you so much. Last note to parents, just a short note. Cool, to be on time. Last note.
Well, I mean, you know, this is our children, this is the only way when we're off the scene that we can somewhat guarantee a good and decent life for them. So we got to get them in the classrooms. We got to get them literacy, numeracy, music, science, technical and vocational, whatever it is. Let them come to a realization of who they are. It happens in the classroom.
Thank you very much, Minister. The Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glennis Halliburton, on the importance of Junkanoo to education. Back to you, Lloyd.
Well, thanks a lot, Vaughn. So far, you know, we're basically at the halfway mark, and it seems to be progressing well. I've seen a lot of the schools are very organized, and I like the idea that the road to 50 was a major focus for many of these groups.
Yes, they stuck with this year's theme for the country. The country is celebrating 50 years, and there's so many things happening this year, but it's good to see that the schools have taken it upon themselves to express themselves the 50. The parade is going very smooth, no gaps.
No gaps.
So things are going very well.
Well, of course, up next, we have CV Bethel that is up next. That is up next. And so, of course, we're going to go to a piece with them. A quick adjustment. Of course, you know, this is an evolving experience. Flourish Academy, or that's one of the community groups. They're up next. We're going to take a look at their preparations. Bethel. And I know that's one of the schools that's really been preparing for a long time. They've been in the trenches, so to speak. We got a chance to visit their school as well to talk about their preparations.
My name is Alonzo Cunningham. I am the music band director at CV Bethel. Just had Boxing Day and New Year's Junkanoo after the pandemic. So bringing Junior Junkanoo at CV Bethel, I felt was relative to would be a whatever experience.
The look, you know, the students, we're proud here in Stingray Nation. The feel, they're definitely gonna feel the music and the sound. It's just gonna permeate the sounds there on Bay Street. So we're ready, that's our theme. We're bringing everything that CV Bethel has to offer.
Technique and nice technical dancers, high energy, execution on point. That's how these children are going to look on February 9th at Junkanoo Parade.
Kids are ready to go. If they call the parade tomorrow, they're ready.
Now, of course, CV Bethel Stingrays are just up next, making their way onto Rosslyn Square. Our Vaughn Aubrey is on the ground, and Vaughn has a little piece, an interview he did with an Eleuthera resident.
Yes, thank you very much, Lloyd. This is Mr. Michael Culmer. He's the District Superintendent for Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Schools in Eleuthera. Yes. Tell us about your plans for Junior Junkanoo on the island. I spoke with Lauren Bastian earlier today, but somehow that interview got lost in translation. And he sent me the pictures from past Junior Junkanoo parades, and we're very thankful to Mr. Lauren Bastian out of Gregory Town. But tell us, what about the plans for Junior Junkanoo there?
Well, Junior Junkanoo is scheduled for the 4th of March in Eleuthera in Tarpon Bay. And I can assure you that it's going to be grand this year. This is the first time in 2 years that we've been able to have Junior Junkanoo, and so it's going to be grand. We have many schools have already committed to being there, and they have committed not just to be present, but to be fully prepared. Tarpon Bay says they're going to carry it this year, and then we also have North Eleuthera High School and Central Eleuthera High School. Now, I don't know which one is going to win, but I'm just looking forward to see them on the road in Tarpon Bay.
There you go. But also tell our viewers, particularly those who live on the island of Eleuthera, logistics getting there. That's a very long island. How do people get there? You got to take transportation.
Well, the thing that we've been stressing in Eleuthera is relationships. Yes. And you're not going to make it in any family island without your partners, your community partners, your corporate partners. And so Matthew 7:7 says, ask and it shall be given. And so my principals, Junkanoo coordinators know that we've got to get out there, ask our community, ask the supporters of our parents, ask for support from the corporate community. And that's how they get the busing. That's how they're going to get the transportation of the containers and the trailers to get them to Tarpon Bay and back from Tarpon Bay.
Safely. Also, most people do not know that the Preston Aubrey High School are the defending champions of this parade. What do you say about what Eleuthera has to offer in Junkanoo?
I wouldn't say much. You know, there's some things you say and there's things you show. we'll just show them.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Kummer, the District Superintendent of Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Schools on Eleuthera. Their parade is on March 4th. Back to you, Lloyd.
Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Vaughn. Right now, we're going to swing it back down to Rawson Square. The CV Bethel Stingrays have come to win. Take a look.
will get in the group. I will get in the group. I need a pretty tapers. Come on, CD Bell, bring this music this morning.
course, as the 2023 Junior Junkanoo Parade continues, a short break at this time. When we return, a look at this year's sponsors.